What's up guys, Houndish here, and this week we've got a busy old reset for Destiny 2. Of course, one of the main events being the start of Festival of the Lost for 2020, so we'll jump in and talk about the new rewards, earnable exotic drops, of course some of the farmable stuff like festival weapons, as well as the new armor, Haunted Forest and more. But this week we're also going to see double loot in Nightfall ordeals, which is pretty awesome, so we'll touch on that. And then all of our arrivals content, vendor rewards, featured activities, and a bunch more reset content for this week. So I hope you guys do find the video useful as always, and feel free to hit subscribe so I can keep you up to date on Destiny. But for now, let's get into it. The Festival of the Lost, Evil Levante, is back in the tower, and the Haunted Forest is going to be the featured mode, as we've seen in the past couple of years. But to get going, Eva will have a quest to show us the ropes, and unlock the Masquerader's Mask, which can equip mask ornaments, as well as mods which help in the Haunted Forest. And be sure to equip this whenever you're running festival content so that you can get all of the currency drops and progress. But Eva will also sell a bunch of the new masks, like the Varix or Stranger masks for Chocolate Strange coins, and then she's got event bounties for XP, Bright Dust, and Glimmer. Plus, grab bags that can drop random legendaries and things like that. Separately, there is the Eververse armor and a bunch of cosmetics which we'll round up in a moment. We can see that when it comes to the exotic rewards, of course, the Restless Shell, as well as the Tomb Rider and Rap Speed, which is the ship right there, they do drop for candy, so essentially the currency that'll drop in the Haunted Forest and throughout the event when you're wearing the mask. And so for the Ghost Shell right here, we've got to get 200 candy, and then the Tomb Rider will require 300 candy, and finally Rap Speed requiring 500 candy. Of course, pretty interesting looking things wrapped up and all kind of mummified. We can see that we do get custom drive on Tomb Rider, as well as destabilizers, and then a random mod in the middle. And the Ghost Shell right here, of course, gets that random mod in the last slot, but we've got Guiding Light for XP gains and Public Defender for increased loot from public events on all destinations. So potentially some stuff to chase down if you do want some cool cosmetics for the event right here. And of course, there are triumphs that you can track for the festival event as well. If you complete 7 of them right here, you can actually unlock an emblem via Bungie rewards. But also there is a secret triumph listed as well, which will be pretty interesting to see if we can find. For the Haunted Forest though, we've got 15 minutes to clear branches and defeat bosses, which will earn us candy and Chocolate Strange coins in the process, but at the end we'll also get access to 5 new Haunted Forest caches. And these can be opened with a Cipher decoder, which is a new currency type we're going to pick up as random world drops and for activity completions in different core modes. And so look out for those, but when you open one of the caches, you will get access to random drops of previous festival items, but also those 2 featured auto rifles for the event this year with random rolls, so could be pretty useful. And of course these have been updated not to sunset until the end of next year. And if you can clear the Haunted Forest and get the 5 caches, then you can open all of them if you have enough decoders. Once again though, bear in mind this item will drop outside of the Haunted Forest, so mix up those activities a little bit and you should be good. But essentially that's everything there is to know about the bulk of Festival of the Lost this year. There are a couple of curious potential items coming up, but as always, if anything of interest occurs, I'll be sure to keep you posted on the channel. And otherwise, let us know if you're going to be jumping into the event this week. Of course though, don't forget about some of the free candies that you can pick up on the tree around Eva right here. Little bit of a boost right there for unlocking those lovely loots. And yes, I better practice my climbing skills. We should also take a look at the Eververse store though. Of course, lots of event items for silver on the front page, so some of the new exotics, and actually the associate mask right there in Eververse, which is pretty interesting. But of course you got the featured section for Bright Dust on the front page, but I am sure a lot of folks are curious about the armor sets right here. Of course, they'll show up differently on different classes, but to buy the entire bundle for the new armor sets, it will cost 6,000 Bright Dust right there, or you can buy it for 1,500 silver. So let us know what you think about that down below. But of course, we do have some of these skeletal sets in there as well as some of the emotes. Back to the front page though, we do have the Dark Fluorescence shader. We've also got Murder of Crows, a pretty cool transmat effect, and then the Tombstone emote, as well as the Ocular Fortitude shell. And then moving over to the main page, we've got the Heroic Guitarist emote, as well as the Broomswept Knight Sparrow. That was from last year, pretty cool one. We've also got Pride Glass, the ornament for Fighting Lion, and then the Xenon Direct ship, as well as Cannon's Harvest shell. And then we've got the Arachnophile transmat effect, as well as the Remembrance projection, the Reanimated Entrance transmat effect, Up in Smoke, as well as the Arachnophile on the second tab. But then we've also got some featured shaders available for Bright Dust as well. Of course though, separate to the festival stuff, there is means to an end ticking over this week in the game. We'll have to see if any interesting things happen as part of the kind of seasonal progression, because we know some things are still hidden away in there potentially, but whether it'll happen on the same week as Festival of the Lost is something we'll simply have to wait and see. However, this week's contact location will be over on Titan. And then of course you have all of the playlist pinnacles and things like that, but we do have double loot inside of Nightfall Ordeals. So just like last time, any difficulty that you play the Ordeal on this week, and you'll get double drops of whatever particular drops are supposed to come from that strike, right? So this week we do have a Garden World. Could be a pretty useful one if you want to farm those golf balls enhancement cores and hold on to them ready for Beyond Light. Very much useful prep in the game at the moment. And then we do have our traditional Nightfalls right here. So we've got the Pyramidion, and this one can drop the Silicon Neuroma Sniper Rifle. We also have Will of the Thousands though, which can drop the Worm God Incarnation Transmat Effect. And finally Broodhold. Supremacy and Countdown will be the core Crucible featured playlists this week, in addition to Trials that'll return on Friday's Daily Reset. And then we get to the Leviathan stuff, and if you're running Prestige Raid Layers from Year 1, we've got Prism for modifiers this week, as well as Arms Master requiring a Kinetic Hand Cannon, an Energy Sniper Rifle, and anything in the power slot. But in the Menagerie, we do have modifiers of Arc Singe, Blackout, and Grenadier in normal mode, with Heroic seeing Extinguish, Grenadier, Famine, and Solar Singe. For our final couple of activities though, of course we have the Reckoning drops this week. And Mini Oryx is going to be the boss, so featured weapons will be Spare Rations, Bug Out Bag, Outlast, Gnawing Hunger, and Doomsday. And then in what could be one of your final runs through the Escalation Protocol, Kathok, the Roar of Zol, will be the boss. So when you take the boss down, you have a random chance at the Ikelos SMG, as well as 2.0 armor drops. But finally in the Dreaming City, the Ascendant Challenge this week is going to be the Forfeit Shrine, accessed via the Garden of Isilla. So if you want the location, gameplay and all that kind of stuff for the challenge this week, I'll run that at the end of the video. But as always guys, for now, that's everything we've got to round up in the weekly reset. So be sure once again to get subscribed here on the channel, turn on notifications, and I will keep you posted with everything related to Destiny 2. Otherwise, if you have enjoyed the video, a like rating really does help me out down below guys. Let us know if you're going for double loot in the Nightfall Ordeal, or the Festival first this week. As always, I really appreciate you tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.
Down. Guardian down. Guardian down. Guardian down.